Hi folks, bit of an exciting day here for me today. This old girl behind me actually belonged to my dad 30 odd years ago when he sold the business before I was working for him. He sold the business and this was one of his old jointers that he had, and thankfully I knew who bought the business and I knew who had the stuff. So anyway, long story short, this came up for sale and I was able to buy it back. So it's a 16-inch Wadkin KT, which I don't know if anybody is overly familiar with a KT, but the KT model is pretty rare. It's a forerunner to the R series, so RDs and RZs, things like that. It's older than that. I don't know exactly how old it is, but I would say probably early 1900s. I don't know. Any of you people from England that are more familiar with these things, you please leave in the comments for me. It's test number. What do we got here? So the machine number is KT 577, and it's test number 4489. So anyone from England or anyone who can give me some kind of idea of its age, I'd appreciate it. For me, I bought it for sentimental reasons because it was my dad's, and he loved this old thing, so I thought I'd get onto it. And I'm replacing my other Wadkin 12-incher that I had sitting here, so I'm going to use this instead. I'll give you a bit of a close-up look of it. So back in the 1980s in Australia, these became the work cover approved guards, and you may like them, and that's okay, but myself and Dad absolutely hate the things. They're an absolute awful thing. More often than not, we found it more bloody safe to run the thing out here, not even on. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to try and see if I can get myself a leg of mutton style guard or something, because the original guard should have been mounted on here, came up and across. These are abomination. I hate these things. So you can see in the table there, it's got a dovetailed slot running across here that the fence runs on. It's a very simple design, very easy, like nothing, not really any moving parts as such that can break down on it. It's just controlled. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little T-handle here, so just undo that, and then the fence just slides back and forth. It needs a bit of a clean up. Like I've literally just put it into place, and it hasn't been used for some years from what I understand. So I need to go over it, give it a fine sand to get any surface rust off it, get everything working nice, give it a bit of an oil and a grease and whatnot, and yeah, get it all running and whatnot. I've got it wired up, so I'll start it for you in a minute. It's very noisy though. Being a 16-incher and fairly open casting, so you can imagine how noisy it is compared to a modern day jointer like the other Wadkin there, the BFT that I was using for many years there. It's fairly encased, so it's not too loud, but this is quite open, like open all through here. The casting's all open, so you get quite an extent of noise. So, but anyway, here we go. takes a bit of time to wind down. Beautiful old thing. As I said, very noisy. I'm really happy that I've been able to acquire it. I used to have an RD 16-incher, but I wasn't happy with it. There was something amiss with the tables, and it used to consistently cut hollow. Not 100% sure if, you know, whether there was something wrong with it, or just that the tables were a little bit shorter. Like I can't remember exactly. They were a bit shorter than this, I think. So it was a bit smaller machine in its overall length. So it could have just been that, trying to straighten long lengths of timber on a trying to straighten long lengths of timber on a fairly short platform. So it could have just been that, so it was cutting a bit of a hollow. But anyway, Dad absolutely loved this machine and raved on about it, which is why I wanted to get it. But you know, I just thought I'd give you a look. You may not have seen one this old. I do have the plate to go on here. I just haven't put it back on yet. It does have an extraction port on the other side that's been put into it. Only trouble is it's literally sitting up this high. So you've got the best part of 8 inches plus, maybe even more, maybe more like 10 inches from ground level to here before you actually get to the extraction port. So not sure what I'll do with that yet. I might have to, don't know, I might see if I can make a shelf in here so that the shavings don't go any further than that and it extracts straight out from there. Otherwise it's just going to fill up to here before it gets to the extraction, and if I don't block off here, it's just going to come out through there and be a little bit messy, which is, I don't really want that, so I'll probably end up putting the shelf on here, I'd say. Anyway, hope you enjoyed having a bit of a look at it. I'll give you some close-ups. I'll give you a close-up of the head, and you can see how it's all how the knives are bolted in on this old one. I haven't seen ones done like this. My other big jointer there is a very unusual setup. The BFT is typical of what circular heads were like in that era, but this one being probably, well, definitely originally a square header it would have been, so it's had a circular head at some point put into it, and it's just interesting how this one's done. Nothing out of the box or anything, but just something I haven't seen, well, except for my other jointer. It's almost identical to my other jointer there, but different style bolts. But anyway, yeah, so thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying our content, I know I've been slow. We've had some, you know, as I reported once before, we had some family tragedy there, and I've been having to take care of my dad a fair bit, and we've been exceptionally busy here as well. So, but I am trying to get back into videoing again and get some more regular uploads going. But if you're enjoying it, please leave a like, and love it for you if you'd subscribe. All right, thanks again, and we'll catch you later. Okay, so here's how the knives are held in. Just big bolts down through there, and this whole, I don't know if you can see this whole piece there, that whole piece comes off. It acts like a clamp, so it's just clamping in that whole section against the knife. So it's a pretty straightforward way of doing it, but I just haven't seen one done like this exactly. Like, as I said, the BFT has a wedge in there with bolts. The bolts might come that way, I can't remember now, but it has a wedge in it anyway. And my other jointer there is very strange. I've never seen anything like my other jointer. It's an absolute nightmare to do the cutters. So that's just the back of the fence. So we've got, that's the T-handle to move the fence in and out, another T-handle here to sway the fence, to set bevels up, that sort of stuff. Typical just squaring locks here. Pretty straightforward really. It's a pretty simple machine.